Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I wanted to reveal Emily and my plans for making the next purchase in our property portfolio. This will be property purchase number 4. I'm going to run through the criteria of why we're making on looking at this property purchase and how it's going to fit into our portfolio and our long-term strategy. I'm going to run you through what we've done with the first 3 and how we're going to leverage into this next one and into the properties beyond. Property number 4 in our portfolio is going to try and be a cash flow positive property. We're going to try and buy properties that put money in our pocket as we go forward. The plan with our property portfolio was to buy 3 capital growth properties to begin with, to maximize our leverage and access to equity over time. We specifically have bought renovators, so all of the 3 properties at the start of our portfolio have been renovation properties, and that's allowed us to manufacture equity in a short period of time, as well as receive capital growth by buying in good suburbs and in good locations, with that value add potential by completing the renovation after we'd made the property purchase. So properties 1, 2, and 3 are our foundational portfolio, and we will look to hold all these properties for the long term and never sell them. Property number 4 and beyond comes in where we're looking to buy cash flow so we can replace our income from our day jobs and have the ability to choose what we do for work and where we go for holidays and what we spend our money on. Now, money isn't everything, and money will only magnify who you are. So if you're a greedy person when you have little money, you're going to continue to hoard and be greedy when you have more money. And if you're a generous and giving person when you have a little bit of money, you're going to be the same when you have more money. So the purpose of building this portfolio and growing a passive income is not to hoard it away for ourselves. We're just trying to reach our base level of financial freedom and replace our incomes. And then if we look to expand and grow businesses or grow our property portfolio earlier, it needs to be with a purpose and with meaning. There needs to be reasons behind why we're doing what we're doing, whether it's to support family or charities or friends. There's opportunities there to help others from what we're doing with our time. And that's why we're looking to continue to grow the property portfolio to give us the opportunity to 1, replace our income, and then 2, have more freedom and make more choices down the track. So this property, we're looking actually further out from the Brisbane CBD, and we're potentially looking at buying in a trust structure. And that will be the benefit to us for a number of reasons. There's land tax thresholds in Queensland, there's asset protection from buying in a trust structure, and there are also tax minimisation strategies through buying through a trust structure. Now, I'm not going to jump into all those trust details in this video today because I want to tell you more about the property numbers and the cash flow we're expecting, but I'm going to make more videos down the track on trust structures, how you can get into them, how much they're going to cost. So stick around and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in those types of videos, and I'll be sure to release one of those down the track. So some specific numbers about this next property purchase. We're going to have less available equity to buy this next property, so we're going to be looking in a lower price range, as typically lower price properties have a higher yield. So we're going to be looking for properties anywhere from say $300,000 to $550,000. We're going to be looking to achieve a gross rental yield of 5% plus, and we're also going to continue to look for that value add strategy. So a rundown property in a good area which has a higher yield. I know it all might sound like a little bit of a fairy tale or a far-fetched story, but those are the 3 kind of things that we're looking for. So lower price point, high yield, and the best location we can buy for that type of money. We want to be able to create demand for this rental property, so the plan is to buy a rundown property and do a renovation again, just a small cosmetic one to lift the property up, increase its rental yield as well, and that also gives us a buffer in the property by creating that value straight away and helps us get a tenant quickly. So we're currently looking on both the north and south side of Brisbane in suburbs such as Loganholme, Bethania on the south side, or Margate and Clontarf on the north side. We typically look at following the train lines as well for potential suburbs, as they have great ability to get into the CBD as the population grows across Brisbane. But we're not Brisbane specific people, as we're in this renovation bug and we like renovating, we want to be able to work on our projects, and that's why we're looking at Brisbane for our fourth property. As we look beyond, we're going to start looking in other locations such as Adelaide, Sydney and Melbourne, and even some coastal locations like Byron Bay if we have the money to. I'm sure that's far too expensive for us, but places like Coffs Harbour and Tweed Heads, there's plenty of coastal locations that have good lifestyle opportunities and ability to access CBDs within an hour or 2 hours drive. And that's where we might look to go with our future property purchases after this fourth one. So the type of property that we're going to be looking at in this area is a solid build with a large land component. We're going to be trying to buy a property with 700 or 800 or 1,000 square meters of land because we want the ability to maybe add a secondary dwelling on the back of the property down the track, or just to have great side access for a shed and space to potentially extend or develop the property down the track. The larger land component is going to be a part of our strategy to have a scarcity factor as well. And these properties are going to be hard to find, so we're going to be searching for a little while to make this purchase. The house we're going to look for is probably going to be a brick and tile home, which has solid bones and a good layout. So those are going to be some of the key criteria that we look at for this next purchase. I've run you through purchase price and I've run you through the build type and the land size. So how on earth are we going to buy a fourth property, and when do we think it's going to happen? Now the plan is to finish the exterior renovation on the triple gable Queenslander and then look at refinancing this property to leverage ourselves into making the fourth property purchase. Now people might say, what about the debt? Why are you building a property portfolio with so much debt? You're going to end up being slaves to the bank. But the reason that we're comfortable with growing the portfolio and taking on more debt is that we're looking to shield ourselves from any decreases in property values by buying with value add potential and renovation potential. And there is a market out there with lots of owner occupiers, given that the housing market is dominated by owner occupiers, and we're buying in areas with strong fundamentals, with good proximity to the CBD and location factors with amenities to schools and public transport. So we're really not worried about the properties decreasing by a large amount in a short time frame. Property might fluctuate down 10%, it might stay the same, or it might go up 10% each year, but we try to keep a level head and not monitor our property values on a day-to-day basis, only in 6 to 12 month increments. So we're going to look to try and buy this property maybe late 2021, but more likely sometime in the year 2022. In one of our earlier videos this year, we talked about consolidating our portfolio this year, but I'm definitely excited to look and start researching for our next property purchase. And I can't wait to share the journey and the process of looking for that property and making the purchase with you guys by documenting it here on the YouTube channel. So subscribe to the channel if you're willing to follow this renovation and property portfolio building journey. We'd love you to come along for the ride and hopefully learn a thing or two from our mistakes and our journey in this process. If you could leave a like on this video, it would really help the channel out. It helps it get spread to other people through the algorithm on YouTube, and leave a comment down below if you've got any thoughts or ideas or comments. I'd love to hear from you. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.